Hello everyone, my name is Nathan and today it's time for another episode of Factorio here in our step-by-step to Megabase series. In the previous episode we redesigned the smelting array to be a little bit more efficient and also practical to build. This is only the setup for 4 lines, not the 32 lines we had before, but it is tileable and we can just go ahead and expand it as we please, just like that. Now, I figured I wanted to build the copper smelting and the steel smelting also to the left of this contraption, and then eventually we might have to change something about the rail setup. But I'm leaving this space dedicated for that solution, so in case the trains are slowly getting into traffic jams, we're gonna redesign this lower part. But for now, we can take the module start and we would be able to paste it in, for instance, right there. Now, this second line, I rather dedicate to actually smelting up the steel instead of the copper because we need the iron to be shipped to the steel, and this would be a much more direct line. And then on the other side, we have the copper. We also have to slightly redesign the steel part. If we just duplicate this for a brief moment and then add some steel to the mix, we want exactly 1 blue belt. With productivity modules, 8 beacons and speed modules and approximately 4 belts of iron, we already need 64 furnaces. Now we're only going to provide 4 belts per station, so we'll have to see how that goes. For now, let's just go ahead and build everything necessary here. Did I have a train in my blueprint? That is insane. Let me check that out. Yeah, look at that. I did have a train. So maybe let's remove the trains and save that blueprint again. I'm gonna be updating that for you as well. You surely also noticed that I upgraded the stations to actually contain 2 trains because I figured one is just not gonna be fast enough. We can empty these chests way quicker than maybe a train can arrive. But if we send 2 trains over, it shouldn't be an issue. I also upgraded the loading station to have a little bit more inserters so we can actually get all of the belts in one go without them clogging up even slightly. Now let's get this module built and nature out of the way a little bit. We'll have to move this quite a bit, but nature, you are in the way. Go, go, go. Okay, I got some of it built. Let's check the amount of furnaces here. It's already 52. So if we only added 2 more furnaces to each row, we already got 60. And then 1 more. Yeah, we have to add 3 more furnaces. And if I see this correctly, this is exactly the amount of space we have. Well, approximately exactly. Let's get rid of that part for a brief moment. And then we can cut out the entirety of the module and move it a little bit back. This should allow me to get the last row of furnaces and put them a little bit further over. Moving this last row over here should give me the space for 2 more furnaces. Could I copy this over in a meaningful way? So now I have 2 more furnaces for each row. I think we'll also have to modify this part here slightly, because I need to add 1 more furnace on this side. Okay, that might actually work out. Let me think about this for a brief moment. I can come up with something. Maybe I'm actually gonna spare some more space here by making the balancer a little bit smaller. Yeah, I think that would be a good idea. But after that, we have how many? 64. So that should suffice. Yeah, we can actually totally switch this up because we only really have 1 output line. We should be getting 1 entire blue belt. Here we go. This is the shifted design with all the furnaces that we require. 64. I already ran a little bit of iron through it to prime them, so we can actually check out the ratios here. Oh, wait, we cannot actually do it because I haven't placed all of the modules, so this number isn't really correct. But we should be getting 1 entire belt out of it, at least approximately, because we can only provide 4 belts. However, we can then copy this over 4 more times in order to bring these belts all the way down here, combine them, and then bring them into 1 station. So that is going to be the plan for this station. Furthermore, we then need to build yet another station, and let me just see where this is going to end up. This will have to go right here for the copper smelter, so there's quite a bit of stuff in the way, but I think we could easily take care of that. Now, let me set up the balancer here. We actually need a little bit of space and a balancer. Where is that thing? Right there. So then for now, we're just gonna go ahead and fill these chests up very slowly. But in this case, I would say we're gonna get a bunch of these stations going. This would be unload iron ore, and then the condition is below 10,000 iron ore. And then I had to previously delete this out of the train schedules because it was messing up. but we want to empty cargo or wait for inactivity. And then I should be able to copy this over and just paste it onto the other trains. 2 trains will be going for this station, and we can now see the ore incoming. And then another train should be waiting. There it is, already incoming. Wonderful. Going into the station. And before this one here is empty, the next one can already income. And this is actually going to be absolutely necessary in order to keep this going, because we can get a full belt here by exchanging the lost inserters with stack inserters, so they can better fill up these little gaps that sometimes occur. Occasionally we still get a belt that isn't quite compressed. But yeah, before we copy this over many times, we want to make sure that we can actually fix this problem. Let's have a look into this furnace. Yeah, we have a whole bunch of iron plates that back up here. That is the one that we're getting a little bit too many. But then these should be used to fill up these little gaps. And there is another gap. This is not good. The gap seems to be always on the right side. So what if we added another inserter here? This might actually fill up these little gaps. So now we just have to focus on this part. This always needs to be fully compressed. So far it's looking good. Has been fully compressed for about a minute or so. Oh no, there is a little gap there. But the gaps are now only on the left side of the belt. So I think we were able to at least fix it for this part, because the items land on the right side. So maybe instead of doing that, we're gonna have 2 inserters like so, and they would be filling up the gaps on both sides. Okay, I think that might actually have done it. I cannot spot any more gaps. Wonderful. In this case, I'm gonna get 2 more trains going. This is now gonna be a different type of train going for... let me see. We first need to rename the station. This station here should be named Load and then Iron Plates. Train limit of 2, and then we can actually add that station. We want to have a full cargo or inactivity, and then we are gonna go to this station over here to unload the iron plates. Unload iron plates. Wonderful. We can also set the item there below 10k. That's when we want to send a train, and then we can add this to our train until empty cargo or inactivity. And let me see, automatic. Yeah. So I think it was already full at this moment. Yeah, it was already full. So now it is moving over to the other station here. And now we can see it unload all of the arm plates. And of course, once we have 2 trains, this is also going to go as quickly as it can. Right now, we are probably not capable of keeping up here because we're missing all of the modules inside the beacons. However, we are still getting an output here that is distributing to the 4 belts and then finally the station. Now the iron train is already coming back for the first time, and yeah, we still have the compressed belts going on. That is good. Filling up the train in a decent time, even if we don't have extra items inside the chests. I'm gonna set up a second train. We can have 2 at this point, and whenever we add another one of these stations, we can have 2 more trains. Now it looks like we already reached the 10,000 items here. Yeah, we have about 1,000 iron plates here inside each of these chests, but then again, the belts are moving at the maximum speed. Very nice. I really like where this is going. Now we only have to take care of this part here so that we can set up the 3rd station for the copper. I'm also going to rename this station so I don't forget about it. This is going to be Load Steel. There's one copper deposit we almost completely took apart. The other one here is still going to take a while, and it's actually going to be in our way. I think what I want to try is just going straight down here, and then after a while we're going to join the normal route we have. And we just reroute the entire shebang. Yeah, honestly, this already looks like it's going to work. Okay, good. I think I was just in time to signal everything. And now with that out of the way, we should have the space to set up my module here. Yeah, look at that. I think we just have the space. The cliff is in the way and nothing else. Yeah, let's do it. Oh, this is gonna be a little bit of a mess in the beginning. Yeah, especially maybe I should have... Yeah, let me undo that. Undo. Okay, there we go. I first need to get the power poles out of the way. This is not good. All these power poles are wacky. Where are you coming from even? Okay, now this already looks much better. Like nothing is in the way, and we can go ahead, start to build everything. Oh yes, my robots, build. And obviously this station here is going to be named Load copper plates. Like so. And then the station over here. One robot do it. Thank you. Oh, no, 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 no. Ah, actually, that's okay. I haven't hooked up the module just yet, but this station is not supposed to be iron ore. It's supposed to be copper ore, of course. Unload copper ore. Yes. Okay, now this looks right. I just need to grab some more items. Maybe I can go ahead and build the belts here. And then I guess we need to hook up some more copper veins. Like these two guys, they look juicy. And I might just go for them. We can easily hook them up. Let's see. If we have axis going up and down here, then we might be interested in copying this over. I need a satellite there. Come on, boots. Build a satellite or a radar. I mean, there you go. Copy this over and then this would be pasted right here. Oh yeah, this actually adds up perfectly. And this way we can easily connect this, make a line going up and then get all of these ores and even the coal. This is a really good plan. Yeah, we should be able to expand through here pretty safe at the moment. We need to be careful with this part. And it's also getting more dangerous over here. Might have to do some cleanup work again soon. Alrighty, I took myself the liberty of continuing the rails right here. This is just a makeshift solution like we do it everywhere else with the ores. And so right here I will have access to copper veins, one iron vein, and there is also a coal vein. Now these trains went in here accidentally because I didn't rename this yet. This should be copper, obviously. So now if I can, yeah, I want to send them to a different location. Okay, go, shoo. You have nothing lost here. Time to plan some outposts. There's going to be the coal outpost. We can probably get this built in one go. Yeah, that actually looks good. Giving up on connecting power poles, no problem. We can connect some ourselves. Just build these everywhere. Doesn't really matter. Okay, nice. Looks like this is already running. We just need to make sure that this is actually getting into the correct lines. So this would be the last line here. Wait a second, I totally forgot about the balancer. Yeah, let's hook that up somewhere. So first it needs to go into a balancer and that makes more sense to me. Okay, how about that? Seems to be working out and we can take care of the next problem. Actually, we need a little bit of power here. Let's see, can I hook you up? Yes, okay. And then we're gonna do the next one, outpost planner. This is gonna be a quite large copper deposit. Let's get rid of everything that might be in the way. And then we're gonna plan this out as well and get most of the stuff built. Well, here we're definitely gonna start lacking a few materials. Oh yeah. Robot speed 9 by now. I'm now going after mining productivity 6. So it looks like we've done everything here. We can send this through a balancer as well. And then we just need to hook this up. Okay, nice. I'm now gonna do the same thing to this copper vein over there. And then we can start to introduce the copper trains and potentially even the coal trains. Even though right now we don't have a destination for the coal. But you get the basic gist. I'm gonna catch you in a second once I've done that. I might also have to go on a killing spree. Yeah, I might actually do that first. So just give me half an hour or so and I'll be right back. Alright, I am back and I managed to hook up all 3 resources here. The copper one is going to be the most interesting and the way we set this up, we can have 2 trains per vein. So I definitely would like to get started with this one and I believe we need to ship around some more fuel. Well, let's add the stations first. We want to load until full cargo or inactivity and then we want to unload at this station until empty cargo or inactivity. And then all we need to do is add a little bit of fuel. I'm also gonna add another train right there with the exact same settings and we can even do 2 more. So I will be setting up one right here and another one right there. I will then need 2 more trains for the coal. 1, 2, 3, 4. And right here, we should be setting that up. Currently, we don't have an unloading station for the coal, so I'm just gonna leave it at that until we know where we actually want to ship it to. I also managed to push the critters back a little bit. They are actually incoming here as well, but you can see it's pretty much clear around the fog. right over here I have been crafting a lot of solid fuel. For now we just need to add it manually, but that is gonna be a thing of the past very soon. The idea is once the trains come back, they will be fueling right here. So maybe this is where we want to dump the fuel in these stations for now. And later on, of course, we'll have a very small train delivering these items. During the past hour, these things just kept on smelting 4 full belts. It's absolutely incredible. And all of these are, of course, being brought to the steel smelting setup right over here. Yeah, for full belts, of course, we still cannot really make use of them. But let me see, we're gonna dump about 4 stacks in these 2 chests. And I'm gonna do the same thing over here. 1, 2, 3, 4. We probably want to add some more here and there. Just making sure that all of the fuel stations have at least a little something. But we're gonna set something up very soon. Good, now we can finally finish all the trains. Copy this over and... oh, I totally forgot to keep a little bit of fuel for them. Good. I went back to the base very briefly in order to get some solid fuel. We're gonna input these into all of the trains. Now, I guess we first want to run this guy and then this guy here. Then we're gonna run the coal wagons. Yeah. Wait. Stop. Wait. This copper one is already loaded up. How nice. Okay. Why aren't you continuing? Ah, because of this guy. I see. So this one here needs to run next. Where are you going? You're going to unload, of course, because you were already full. Then this guy here needs to go next into this station, and now the coal ones can also go. Okay, that makes sense. Now this guy is loading up and the coal ones are going into the coal station. Very good. They will be remaining there until we have a delivery point. Until then, we already have some copper guys going for it. Yeah, one after another. Let me see. What did we set this up for? Ooh, copper. Okay, good thing I checked. And then the next one is already incoming as the first one is going out. And we have 454 items here. Of course, this isn't running at full speed yet. Almost no modules here. And also, where are the lamps? They seem to be missing in some rows. Are you kidding me? Yeah, that is something I will have to fix in the blueprint. Look at that. What did I do? Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Where did this go? No. Wait. You come back. Yes. Okay, hopefully we did not have a train actually already going for it. I can see one potential problem. Now, this train here attempted to make a turnaround because, of course, that is possible. So we would have to give them a better option to do so. Otherwise, they just stand around here. Maybe we could just have them turn a little bit earlier and do the loop like so. Yeah, that might totally be an option, and I can also just copy it over for the other sections, so they have a possibility to do that wherever they want. Oh, actually I need to be careful because this is the other direction, right? They would be coming from here and do the loop like so. That means I kind of have to do this myself. Okay, now this should be the shortest route. That should actually work out, and I think I can even move this one more block up. I should do that. So you go right there instead. Wonderful. Since we built this in the same way, I should be able to adapt these changes to all the modules by just overlapping them like so. Yeah, that looks about right. We're gonna add that here and there, and I will be updating the blueprints accordingly. But as mentioned, this section here with all the rails will have to be changed as soon as we realize what mistakes the trains make in order to get them clocked up. But I definitely want to leave enough space so we can have multiple lines. Maybe we're just going to have a dedicated line for each different type of smelter. Good, the changes have been made and it is really easy to update these blueprints. However, it still sucks for some reason. We can select a new blueprint and all I want is this part. Well, it's quite a large part. And we want that without trains, train fuel, train stop names or tiles. And then this is going to be the updated blueprint. Same thing with just the smelter module, we can update that as well, picking it from here. And we just need to go below the beacons or around the beacons right there and without everything here. And that should be our singular module. Then I can export it to a string, copy that over. You can download that in the description and then you can import that blueprint book to your save game. Anyways, now that we have access to iron, copper and steel, it's probably time to go for the fluids. I would like to have a module that is quite big with all the liquids. dealing with a full pipe of oil, and then just balancing the liquids using circuit networks. Now, once we're actually done smelting with a part, for instance, the steel right here is soon gonna back up and we're not gonna have any more space. And I want to detect that, and maybe we can already implement it in this section. So if I go ahead and connect all of these chests together and connect that to a power pole, we can see we have 115,000 items in the storage chest. Now, theoretically, we could build a power switch and then kind of disconnect all the beacons connected with a station that is already full, because, you know, the beacons, they are taking 118 megawatts and a lot of them aren't even doing anything right now. Of course, we can take it because we are producing quite a bit of megawatts with the accumulators and the solar panels. But of course, during the nighttime, we still use those darn steam engines. Either way, let's go ahead and set up this power switch here. And if I'm not mistaken, what we can do, copper cables, we can connect a power wire over there. Maybe disconnect this guy and then connect this power wire. I can then connect the circuit to the power switch and we get this enable disable menu. And now we want to set it that if we are above a certain steel amount, then we're gonna disable it. So enable it as long as we are below 110,000, for instance. And we can set that. So now it should be, you know, disabling the power connection. I then only need to make sure that this here is the only connection to the outside. So all of this is continuing over here. And then I gotta make sure that these connections here are severed. At the moment, this is how they get their power. This is then also relaying over here. And I think I want to change that. So I'm not gonna make this dependent on the power currently available. We might have to do some meddling here, but this is now connected here. So only the center part doesn't get the power, and it should only be the part that is associated with the current station. For the steel, that is actually going to be quite a bit, but then for the copper and iron section, it's just going to be a little bit. But we can now see both the stations still have the power and the modules are disabled, which means they are not going to be sucking as much power. Hold the phone. I cannot check the power here. I have to check it over there, for instance. Now we only use 77.3 megawatts for our beacons. And of course, if we do this with all of the stations, then eventually we are only going to use the power once we really need the modules. And that is going to be once a train actually comes here to load up the steel, then the modules should be enabled again. Yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and make this change for all of the stations. And then in the next episode, we can continue with the liquids. With that out of the way, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed today's episode. Have a great time and see you in the next one. Bye-bye.